Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we like to begin this lesson by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto
Unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Chodash, giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of great millstone who surely do rule well. And as always, we like to say Shalom unto the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
Alright, a couple of brothers here gathered together from the house of Yahushai. Come the brother.
Brother Hanana.
I'm the brother Marshall. We wanted to do today, or rather tonight, right, was to go into a follow-up on the lesson we did last night, right, based off the word of the day for July 24, 2026, which was yesterday. Right, if you could read the word, Babu Kasha.
Word of the day, July 24, 2026. Itinerant. What it means, itinerant describes someone who travels from place to place or only stays in a place for a short amount of time. Is used especially for people who travel in a circuit for their profession.
Right, and so like you could read the example.
When an itinerant musician gave for the opportunity to see wonders of the world, to see the wonders of the world with her own eyes.
Exactly. Now, what, as it says here, describes someone who travels from place to place or only stays in a place for a short amount of time, which is what we wanted to hone in on in this lesson here today. Right, that short amount of time, because the topic for this lesson, right, based off of this word, is we only here for a short time anyway, right? Especially used for people who travel in a circuit for their profession. What profession is that? If you give me Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 2.
This is the book of Habakkuk.
And you could read from verse 1 if you want.
In Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 1, a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shigionoth. O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, I have heard thy speech and was afraid.
Right, the prophet, Ezekiel 3. Hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Right, so if you're hearing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in this life, in this time, more than likely is a prophet. Right, go ahead.
O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, revive thy work in the midst of the years.
Which is what? Raise back or bring back to life your prophets. As Ezekiel 37 says, as Revelation 11 says, right?
Malachi 4 as well.
Malachi 4 as well. They stood upon their feet, a great exceeding army, and all that and great fear fell upon all them that saw them. Right? What army is this speaking about? The army of prophets. Go ahead. Again, revive thy work, reincarnation. Go ahead.
In the midst of the years, make known, and wrath, remember mercy.
Right? If you could give me Romans 9:28.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 28. For you have finished the work
of prophecy, like the watchmen standing upon their walls and not holding who not holding their peace until what? Until he establish and make Jerusalem a praise in all the earth. Right? That work which we declare this doctrine every day, day in, day out, week in, week out, until the Lord do what it is he said he was gonna do. That is the work right there. Right? So what he will finish that exact work, right? And go ahead.
And cut it short in righteousness.
Again, the point of this lesson is traveling from place to place, what, for a short period of time. He's only staying here for a short period of time. We only have a short amount of time in this life to go anyway. Right, go ahead.
Because a short work will Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai make upon the earth.
Right? If you give me it now, because again, as we go into this word itinerant, one word that perfectly echoes this is what? A pilgrim. If you could go into that word pilgrim in the online etymology, right? Describes someone who travels from place to place or only stays in a place for a short amount of time. Right? So if you're traveling, what I mean you're on a journey, right? Journey to where? Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to get the word pilgrim?
Yeah, in the online etymology, yeah.
Let's see. Pilgrim, known from the 12th century, Pilgrim, a person traveling to the word pilgrim in the honor etymology, person traveling to a
So,
holy place
right,
as a penance or to discharge some vow or religious obligation.
which is what prophecy, right, and penance, where you're tasked with this work, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
entered
which
into
I
other men's labors.
entered into other men's labors. Which of you, right, intending to build a house, does not count the cost to see if you have sufficient to finish. Right, the house I likening us these prophets today as stewards, right? So there's a business transaction going on, right? So you commissioned to do this job,
I think
right?
even one of his parables referred to his men as stewards.
Yeah, that was it.
That's him one.
That literally why I say steward.
Oh, okay.
Right now, if you go so you got right now religious obligation again. This is all spiritual, right? We do, I believe, therefore have I spoken. We declare a new belief system to the earth. Go ahead.
Seeking some miracle or spiritual
But
benefit.
again, we doing this to an end or to our goal, right? We're not doing this just because we feel like we're doing this because what? This is what needs to be done for we to get where we're going. Again, we are on a journey. Go ahead.
Or say traveler, generally a wayfarer. From Old French pèlerin or pegrin, sorry, p peregrine,
Peregrine. Peregrine.
peregrine,
Right.
pilgrim, crusader, foreigner, stranger. From late Latin pellegrinus, a dissimulation of Latin peregrinus, foreigner, stranger, foreign resident.
Which we all have become Israelite foreigners today. Again, to be strangers, right? Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth. Yahweh told the disciples they were going to become strangers. Acts chapter 1. He shall be witnesses both unto me, both in Jerusalem and Judea and unto what? Samaria and then where? The uttermost parts of the earth, which is these Americas specifically. But by and large, the elect have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth.
The curses as well tell you that.
The curses as
No,
well.
therefore that he shall be a stranger. So he shall be sojourners in a strange land. No,
Right.
Salak, no, that's going to say to Jacob. No, I mean, this
Thy
together.
seed shall be a strange. I think that Abraham. No, that Abraham.
That would Lord say to Abraham.
Right.
I was said in Deuteronomy 28, yes. You see. Nah, I didn't say we will be strangers in Deuteronomy 28.
But what we
But I say
what
we will not be in the land of our fathers. That was
exact
given to our
Deuteronomy
fathers.
28 from verses 64 to 68, what we would have been carried out of our lands by means or through ways of what? Slavery. Right? So if you could give me it now, because again, we only in this place we currently in right now for a short period of time. Anyway, give me Ecclesiastes 3 Bible Kusha. Again, acting as what while we here for the short period of time, pilgrims. Right? Doing what we had to do, declare what we had to declare, right? And then we bust out. Because again, we have a goal, we have a place we want to reach. Go ahead.
From one?
And I think one is just the point right there to everything. Season, there's a time. Let me see. Yeah, this verse 1 is right. That is it right there.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 1 to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
And the purpose of the itinerant or the pilgrim to declare this prophecy, right? They basically do their profession until they're called back to the heavens, or if not waiting until they see the fulfillment of their profession. Again, Tobit being glad to see the destruction of Nineveh. Sorry, not Tobias, Tobit's son, right? Glad to see the destruction of Nineveh after he had believed the prophecy of Nahum. I believe it was a Jonah, right? Jonah. Showing you what? Again, there's an end to all of this, right? We hope to see the end of this. Psalms 91, only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, right? There's if you could give me now Hebrews 13 and 14, because again, being here for a short time, we mind not too focused or too centered in this place anyway, right? We don't care about being here. We just care about why we're here, which is what to declare this work. Right, go ahead.
Hebrews 13 and 14 for here
here in this place in this life.
Have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Here have we no continuing city, but we are seeking one to come. Right, which is the goal of this prophecy. We just here for a short period of time until the things really clear, and while we here come to pass, or what we could get the fuck out. If you could give me the book of Micah 2:10, that we could share. Even after that, it came Jeremiah 51:6, showing you the mindset we're supposed to have while we're here in this place. We're not supposed to be attached to this place emotionally anyway. Again, you and Azara did the video, the prophets have mentally
They
checked
checked
out
out
of
of
here.
Babylon.
Alright, we mentally check out of this place. Why? Because this place is not going to continue any much longer. Go ahead.
Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest,
Right.
because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
If you're hearken onto this place, if you partake of the philosophies of this place and you sip that Babylon juice in this life, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna be destroyed with this place. Again, where I wish I told the elect in Revelation 18 and 19, come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her iniquity, that you receive not of her plagues. Right, for sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh power had remembered her iniquities. Right, showing you what, do not partake in this place mentally or spiritually. Do not become like this place. Why? Because this place is going to be cut off. Give me that. 2 Thessalonians 2. Being a soldier in this thing, the profession of what we enter into. Sorry.
Give me 2 Timothy.
Sorry, 2 Timothy. I said what I said.
It's 2 Thessalonians.
Sorry, talking too fast. 2 Timothy. Being soldiers in this thing, being recruited by Yahushai, right? It's to what end, how we supposed to operate now that we end up in this army here. We ain't supposed to care about nothing but serving we masters, which who's we true masters in this life and in any life. Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai, go ahead.
In 2 Timothy 2, I read from verse 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in our Mashiach Yahushai,
Right,
and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men,
right,
who shall be able to teach others also.
right,
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Right, your master. Please the general who choose and get this profession in the first place. Right, give me it. Go
Verse
ahead.
5. If a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Right, be a righteous man in this thing, don't be a wicked, evil piece of shit. Again, Peter asks the question, knowing all these things are to be deserved, what manner of men ought he to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Going into that word conversation in the Greek, forget what the Greek word is, but the meaning for it is it goes back to what your manner of life or living, right? How you operate in your day-to-day basis. It should be what? A righteous man, right? It says lawfully here, but we know when we go into the word righteous in the Hebrew tazadak, it goes into what? Lawfully. So just be a good person, or try to be.
A good lawful, be a righteous person. It's only a one good.
Only one good, correct. Go ahead.
It's the precept we come for again?
Jeremiah
51.
Yeah, because again, what manner of man you ought to be. But we know where you're not to be, right? You're not to be a man in this place. The Lord even advised Jeremiah 16, don't take their wife in this place, don't even make children in this place. Why? Because more likely than not, your wife gonna be down in the street and your children gonna be down in the street when I done with this place. Do not emotionally tie yourself to this place, because this place is going out. Right, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. If she's not healed, then what the Lord had to do with this place? Not destroy it. We do with Sodom and Gomorrah. We do with the 8 Genesis 6. We till chapter 10. We flood the whole earth. Right? So you think this place in our destruction to get? Yes, evidently it does. We have the track record in the scriptures. Ergo, what? How we supposed to operate? Firstly, detach yourself from this place emotionally. Secondly, strive for the masteries. Cut and dry. Right, go ahead.
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
51
51.
and 6. Flee out of the flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Right?
Be
And how
not
you're fleeing out of the midst of Babylon again, taking your mind out of this place. It's not literally physically pack up and go, right? Go ahead.
as the Lord said too, he tell the disciples, like they pray for the disciples, not be taken out of the world, but to what be kept or preserved from the evil.
Right, while they're in evil. Right?
Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Recompense. Exactly. So knowing that the judgment is at hand, again what? Be have the mindset of what? An itinerant. A man who's only staying in a place for a short amount of time to what end or to what purpose? For their profession. You only here just to declare the prophecies and then what? Wait to see the prophecies come to pass. Yeah, someday.
Yeah, anything else?
The last point we're gonna go into is where we heading, right? Because if we travel from place to place, where's the final destination in this big journey we on called prophecy, right? It's to reach Mount Zion. But yeah, something.
Yeah, that's not a really presuppose quote him this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like John 17, from 30, and now I come to thee, and these things have I speak in the world, so like these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and so like and the world had hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Right, again, we here in the world, Lord willing, I ain't say we. The elect here in the world and the elect are abnormal to the people of the earth. Again, ye are dead and your life is hidden Mashiach. Again, when people dead, especially when they say like you're dead, when they say like you're dead to the world, it's like everything around what going on around you almost is like a non-existent to you. Correct? The
Or
reason
not affecting you in
it
clearly
non,
the care.
right, exactly dead. Like think of a lifeless body, a body that does not have a spirit in it. Nothing, it does nothing. It's just lying there, right? Same thing again. It's John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. These words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. But if they are life unto you, there is death unto our next man. And in this world, people love death rather than life. Why? Because their works were evil, showing you that we've become dead to the world. Colossians 3:3, you're dead. Your life is hidden on Mashiach. A lot of what we do in these people is as though we dead to them. They don't acknowledge nothing we say or do. Right? Unless it's to the beat of them drummers, unless we skip into them beat, they don't really care what we do. Right? Showing you what is as though we literally dead to them. Right? But them ain't really know that them dead to we, or them was dead to we first before we became dead to them. Right? Because what they did or what they're doing right now don't matter, because again, this place only have a short time to go anyway. Right?
Proverbs 16 and 21. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain
in the congregation of the dead. So
like
no
21:16.
21:16. So
21:16,
just know that what you all were dead to us, Lord, will we be a part of the elect? You all were dead to us first, way before we became dead to you all. Right? If you could receive that. Go ahead.
Verse 15. I pray not that, so like I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, Psalms 23. Right, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. Right,
Yeah,
do I walk through?
Sorry. And it's a different translation. It say, Yahweh is my shepherd, I will be in need of nothing.
Or I will not have need for anything, correct? But sure, Psalms 23, it says, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because thou art with me. And what? Him being with you is the perfect reason why you shouldn't fear no evil. Because Yahweh shall promise the elect that no evil is going to come to them. Where it is, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and nothing by any means shall harm you. Who's in control of evil? Yahweh. So why would Yahweh bring evil to his prophets before, or for any reason, if they ain't done declaring this word? Right?
Because we know Job said, shall receive good from the Lord and not evil. But
Yeah, shall receive good from the Lord at the hand of the Lord only and
mhm,
not evil. Exactly, because we know any evil that the Lord does bring to us is judgment, but especially in the case of the prophets, is all to our glory to
that
himself
was what
anyway,
God says to
right?
glorify Him.
Is to glorify him, because again, being a prophet and receiving evil from Yahweh, especially if that evil is unto death, that is a greater reward you're going to receive in the long run, because again, for this place
Yes.
we have somewhere to go. If you're done with this, we could go to it. Sorry, but go ahead. If
Nah,
you,
it's an issue.
yeah, if you give me it, where are we going? Where's the point? Where's the end goal here? If we saying fuck this place and we didn't care about it, give me Psalms 2 verse 6. Where's the point? Where's the end? Right? Because again, we're traveling from place to place, but what is the final destination? Knowing that the place we currently in, or we stay in currently, is only for a short amount of time we're here anyway. Right? Verse
It's,
6.
in Psalms 1:6, yet have I set my king for my holy hill of Zion.
That is the point. That is where we're going, and that is where we plan to be. Right? We plan to reach Mount Zion. Give me Revelation 14 and verse 1. And what the elect, the 144,000, did reach Mount Zion. Go ahead.
It's Revelation 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 140 and 4,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
And the father's name written in their foreheads, right? The
And in his
prize,
father's name.
and not just his father's name, his name and his
His
father's
father's
name.
name, yeah.
Other translations, or if you read it originally in the Greek, Apostolarium, that brought that out. But what? Ultimate goal? The Lamb, he set his king upon his holy hill Zion, right?
And the lamb sat in his kings.
And the Lamb set in his kings. That is the place we want to be. We want to be a part of that government, right? That is the end goal in all of this. Give me Psalms 126. We'll close with that. The end goal is to reach Mount Zion and earn ultimate rest, right? Because the 2/3, the rebels and the nation of Israel, them gonna get rest too in the kingdom, right? But did they really earn it?
Yeah,
No,
but
it was given to them as a prerequisite of them being Israelites, right? There's the seed of the kings. But the ones who really, again, who are the inheritors of everlasting life, right? Who will inherit everlasting life? That is the goal of this whole pilgrimage we on. That is the goal of this whole itinerary, or this whole journey we on. Is to what? Were we worthy to earn the right to say we inherited everlasting life? That is the point of this, right? To be able to be the ones who sung this song again. Let the saints be joyful in their glory. Let they sing aloud
upon
upon
their
their
bed,
beds, right? Let a two-edged sword be in their hand, and the praises of power be in
in their
their
mouth.
mouth, right? To execute
So,
judgment or vengeance upon the heathen, the judgments written. This glory have all ye his saints.
is
Praise ye Yahweh.
Yahweh. Bashu Yahusha.
Now again, the saints, even the children of Israel, every single saint gonna have that glory, have that honor. But who gonna be the first ones to pick up them swords? Who gonna be the first ones under Yahweh Shai to lay the judgment down upon the nations? Is the elect, right? The ones who on this itinerant journey. Go ahead. You can
It's
read the whole chapter.
in Psalms 126 and 1. A song of the praise. When Yahweh Bashim Yoshai turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dreamed.
Right, so he got rid of it, right? The captivity no longer was for the nation of Israel anymore. Again, take them captives whose captives they were. If you were captives, that means you were in captivity. But what the Lord said in Lamentations, so He will no longer carry thee away into captivity,
Captivity.
but what He will visit thee, O daughter of Edom, the nation of Edom, the descendants of the nation of Edom. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then they said
Then
among
said they,
then said they among the heathen, Yahweh Bashim Yoshai had done great things for them.
again, quick point. If the heathen saying the Lord had done great things for them after the Israelites receiving or experiencing the salvation that the saying is for everybody, why they only saying the Lord had done great things for them?
Yeah.
Do the heathens know they're not supposed to get their salvation? I wonder. But go ahead.
Yahweh Bashim Yoshai had done great things for us,
For us, so who's the us now? The Israelites, right?
whereof we are glad. Then again, our captivity, or Yahweh Bashem Yeshai, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy.
And again, the only ones who have enough sense to be crying in this life is the elect. Ezekiel 9, right? Set a mark upon the men that
A
sigh
sigh
and
and
that
cry
cry for
for
all the
the
abominations
abomination
that
that
be
be
done
done
in
in
the
the
midst
midst
thereof.
thereof.
And again, tears is a result of what? Of crying, right? Showing you what the only men who had enough sense to cry was the elect. That's why they get to receive or experience the salvation that came from their tears.
As the scripture say too is
Faithful that promise, he shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
another one, Psalms 144 and 9. When sing a new song unto thee, O power, upon a upholstery and upon an instrument
So
of
to
psaltery, upon an instrument of 10 strings. I will sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation unto
the kings,
kings, who delivered David his servant from the hurtful sword.
and
Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speak vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. That
exactly.
was the only ones that was worthy to get that, because they were what, sighing and crying for the abomination
Exactly,
done.
exactly. Right? How they had the right of kings, right? Because they acknowledged they were slaves in this life. You go around the world and you ask the average Jake, hey, what you think about what the position mean in this life? Yeah, it ain't good.
But it
It
could be
ain't
better.
it ain't good. It could be better, no. But you know, it's the real thing. It's not that bad. That is the mindset of Jake today. Who we in and see, fuck everything. You know. You are a king and you were born a slave. As long as that is the reality, and that is the reality for everybody of the nation of Israel, as long as that is the case, the curses hit you, and it hit all of you. You see, that is enough to hate this fucking life, and that is enough to complain every
Every
fucking
fucking
day.
day.
That is enough to complain every day. That is enough for you to say what? You got the shitty end of the stick, even though you were not supposed to. Again, Yahweh said it.
Whose
Whose judgment
judgment it
was
was not
not to
to drink
drink
of
of the
the
cup.
cup, have assuredly drunk.
Shall thou altogether go unpunished? Nobody. Here what going on. You all were not supposed to be slaves. Israel was holiness unto Yahweh. So my thing is this. Why are we not the kings of the earth right now? That is a reason to be pissed off. That is a reason to hate your life in this fucking place. That is a reason to say your life was a shit life, because what? You were not acknowledged as a king from the day you were born. Right? So don't let nobody in this life tell you you didn't go through shit. Being born as an Israelite is enough to say you went through shit in this life, because what? You were not acknowledged at what you were truly. Right? First Samuel 4 and 8. Oh, so you were not acknowledged of what you truly are. Right?
Mighty pause.
Yeah, First Samuel 4 and 8, or First Samuel 8 and 4, I believe. The Philistines, back in the days of David, referred to the nation of Israel as what? What
Mighty
be the
God.
cry, or what be the shout in the camp of these Hebrews, of these mighty gods? The Philistines knew where it was. People
Psalms
in
82 and 6.
Psalms 82 and 6. I
I've
have
said
said,
ye
ye
are
are power.
gods.
Yeah, ye are powers. Yahweh Shai qualified it. John 10:34.
10:34.
So at one point you were a god in the earth and everybody knew it, and now at this point people saying we know, and all is nobody's. That is enough to say I hate this fucking place, and what you were giving the shitty end of the stick, because everybody lying to you about who and what you truly are.
Besides the prophets.
Besides the prophets. Exactly. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
And
He
we'll
that
close here.
he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtlessly come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him.
We're gonna reach Mount Zion, because that is the end of this journey. Lord willing, we see you there and you see us
That's
there
the
with you, right? So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and that you were edified. In closing, we like to say Kalel Ayam La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Racha Kodash. Like to give double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of great men, so we surely do you well. And as always, we like to say Shalom unto the left.
Shalom to the left.
But this was a couple of brothers here from the hills of Yahushai camp. I'm with the brother,
Brother Hananiah.
and I'm the brother Mashallah. Till next time, we like to say
Shalom.
Shalom. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.